This is The Tea Project with your host, Gadiel and Michelle, a husband and wife duo where they will be discussing personal finance, managing a household, and so much more. Gadiel is a father, husband, a military veteran, and a lawyer. Michelle is a mother, wife, boss. Each week, they will be providing you with fresh and valuable content, so stay tuned. And now, welcome to The Tea Project.
Hey folks, hope everyone is staying safe and doing well during these times.
Hi everybody.
Sorry, it's been a minute for us putting a new episode out. I guess we've been caught up with the politics and our work and kids and working from home and homeschooling and all that. But we're back and we're glad to give you another episode of Money Talks, folks. And because in the end, money talks, nothing else. Okay. So,
Money talks.
Money talks. I mean, in the end, look, if someone tells you something, talk is cheap. If they're not want to put their own money into it, have some skin in the game, dude, talk is cheap, man. Straight up. Anyhow, so today we're going to talk about the 5 things that you could do or should do with your money. We're going to make it very simple. This is something this is a practice that we do within our finances. All right. We're just going to jump into it. Number 1, create a budget. There is a rule of thumb, if you will, the 5-20-30 rule to create a budget. So 50% of your take-home income, right, after taxes, your take-home income, 50% goes to essentials. We're talking about food, rent, mortgage, the essentials, the things that you need to pay, right? 20% goes to savings. 30% goes to personal expenses, discretionary expenses like entertainment, it's going out to eat, movies, Netflix, things like that. 50, 20, 30. 50 essentials, 20 savings, 30 discretionary, entertainment, things like that. So that's the budget. That's a quick budget. Michelle, what do you think about that? The 50, 20, 30 rule?
Yep. Or it could be 50, 25 or 60, right. 25 and then the difference. Are you good
with
where you're comfortable with?
Are you good with the bulk of it going to essentials, a small portion of your income going to savings, and the 50, 20, 30 going to discretionary?
I think you kind of have to start with the housing part. Your housing should be anywhere between or no more than 30%. 25% is probably a more in the middle.
Okay.
And maybe even if you can get it down to 20%, that would be better.
Wow. Okay.
So
there you have it, folks. The 50, 20, 30, Michelle's like, hey, that 50, bring it down more if you can. I agree.
Just with 25,
I agree.
is probably the mark that I would go with.
100%. That means that 50%, that rent, mortgage, and food, you need to look in there how to cut that cost of food. If that means couponing or that means, getting a BJ's membership, whatever it is, reduce the 50%, the bulk of your budget that goes to essentials. Bring it down. Okay. Number 2, save automatically. Michelle does this. She's the queen of automatic debits, money going here. We have like 1 million accounts. She's the queen of that. So what am I talking about? Save automatically. So say you get a direct deposit from your employer that goes into your operating account, your checking account. You should have a savings account. And that check that comes in, you should automatically, when it comes in the 1st and the 15th, you should have 20% or whatever you can afford to go into the savings account automatically. Why? Because if you don't do it automatically, the possibility of you doing manually is slim to none. Let's be honest.
And every year you should increase it either by a percentage or by, say, $100, and then get used to that, and then increase it by another $100 the following year, and get used to that, because eventually you're going to learn to not count on that money anymore, and
right.
That's how you grow your savings.
And how long have we been doing this? The save automatically. I know we've been doing it since Wells Fargo's days.
12 years maybe?
12 years we've been doing saving automatically, folks. So do it. If you don't do it automatically, you just won't do it. Let's be honest, man. Let's be honest. All right, number 3, build an emergency fund. The general rule is 6 months of living expenses, right? 6 months of that 50%. 6 months of that rent, mortgage, or the food, the essentials. It's 50% of your budget 6 months worth of that, right? Ideally, if you could do 6 months to 8 months, great. But at a minimum, try to get 6 months saved. Put that in an account that is labeled emergency fund. If you need to have 3 or 4 or 5 accounts that is maintenance free, do it. We have a lot of accounts. It's free to us. If you need to have just one account, and it doesn't cost you anything because you can get like I said, you can get a fee waived at your bank, then have an account that says emergency fund. Keep that money there. Don't touch it, regardless if...
Sometimes it's better. It's a good idea to open up a savings account or a checking account, whatever it is, in a different bank.
Oh yeah.
Because then you forget about it, which
Right.
may be it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. As long you got to remember that you have that account open. But if you have that money sitting in there, come a rainy day, you remember and you're like,
Right.
oh, I'm so glad that I had that saved.
Absolutely.
And it's out of your, during that, whenever it's not in a need for you to, you're not needing money, then it's just sitting there and you're not even thinking about it. You're not being tempted. So.
Right. And just look at it just like that. It's just a number. Don't even look at don't go so critical about, the interest, how much interest. Look, banks ain't paying anything now. So it's there for a medical emergency, something like that. Not for, it's making bank. You're going to use it to grow your money. No, that's not it. It's just an emergency fund, guys. All right, number 4, track your spending. Michelle, you want to talk about this? I know you have different methods. I know there's credit cards that track spending, but if these folks aren't using credit cards and they're on a cash basis, are they tracking their spending using spreadsheets?
You can do it with spreadsheets. You can have it in a nice little pretty notebook if that's what you want to have.
Right.
Or you can do it electronically. A previous episode, I think we've mentioned mint.com. It's free. You basically set up your accounts on there. It's secured or whatever. They'll log into your account automatically. You can get the app, and then it'll tell you exactly how much balance, what's your balance for all your bank accounts or all your accounts, whether it's retirement, investment, mortgage, debt, cash accounts, whatever it is that you have, you can have it all in there. They'll log it all in. And then all you do is hit refresh. Your information is on there. It gives you it gives you tons of different, spending reports, savings reports. You can set up goals on there. It pretty much does everything.
Does everything for you. You hear, folks? So it's important to track your spending. And give me one reason. I'm sure you can come up with a million reasons. Why is it so important to track your spending?
Well, if we were just talking about earlier, people who will go and, I think we were talking about this earlier.
If not on the podcast, I'm sure we'll talk about it in general because we talk finances all day and all night.
Yeah, so people will love Starbucks, right? Well, some people, I'm saying.
Yes.
I'm just giving you an example.
Yeah, no, you're 100%. I know people do.
And every day that adds up. So you can go into a Starbucks every single day and spend that money every single day.
$6, boom, every day.
Right, you're not even paying attention to it. You're
Right.
just mindlessly spending
and it's
that
so
money.
small every day that you don't really think about it. It's only $6.
Right, and the truth is that if you're investing in that, you might as well put some of that money into their stock. So
let's. So it's important to know why you're spending. Why? Because you can look back and say, look, damn, I'm overspending on Starbucks. Let me give you a reason. Michelle was already talking about around, instead of buying Starbucks, and we do this too, instead of buying Starbucks, why don't you invest in Starbucks? Invest in a public shared company where many brokerage accounts, they're free. The trading is free. It doesn't cost you anything to trade. Whatever you would spend, because you know it, because you're tracking your spending, you look back at the last 3 months and on average you're spending $100 on coffee at Starbucks. Why don't you buy whatever the shares are at Starbucks? Why don't you buy some stock in the Starbucks?
yeah.
I mean, dude, it's a no-brainer. Stop consuming your money and start investing in it. Okay, number 5, avoid debt. Now, if you are one of the folks that are on a cash basis, you don't use any credit cards, then obviously you're not going to use credit cards. Any debt that you have, you're going to pay it at the end of the month using your cash, whatever cash you have available. So avoid debt. One way would be have a savings. Have a savings account so you don't have to use a credit card and start incurring credit card interest because you don't have cash on a rainy day for some medical expense or whatever the case may be. So avoid debt by having a savings account and not using a credit card. Unless you're responsible. If you're responsible, then use the credit card, use the points, earn the cash, and do that route. Those are the 5 recommendations that we are saying you should do now with your money. These are considered saving money tips. Any closing remarks? Anything you want to close up with? Okay, folks, these are the 5 saving tips, things that you can do with your money. Please let us know if you'd like to hear another topic or something else, or just tell us what you do with your money, how you can save. Leave that in the comments. Please, if you like the podcast today, press like, and don't forget to subscribe so you can get notified of our next podcast. Okay, folks, stay well, and God bless.